Is you too? Yes, we can.
It was a creed written into the founding documents that declared the destiny of a nation. Yes, we can. It was whispered by slaves and abolitionists as they blazed the trail toward freedom. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
This video has been seen on YouTube over 8 million times. It was produced by hip-hop musician Will I Am and airs on YouTube. Barack Obama is the candidate of the YouTube era. Senator Obama himself and his campaign have their own channel on YouTube with over 1,100 videos. These videos have been seen over 50 million times. And Obama has his own website, BarackObama.com, which hosts even more videos. Question, has the Obama campaign set a new gold standard for political use of the Internet, Clarence Page?
No doubt about it. He's advanced what Howard Dean did 4 years ago and taken it to the ultimate level, both as a propaganda campaign tool, if you will, also as a fundraising tool, as we have seen, and as a generating a national conversation. The one thing,
but something else.
Well, the one thing we've seen,
the apparatus of a campaign.
Yeah.
Moving people around.
Right.
Sending them different key locations.
That's right. These meetups, like Howard Dean did, have grown to a more sophisticated level. The one weakness, though, that we have seen is with Obama's weakness with reaching blue-collar Americans and older Americans who aren't part of that wired generation. Even though older people are using the web more and more, they haven't been caught up in that same web netroots culture the same way Obama's younger supporters have.
Well, isn't it a closed loop? He's really talking to the saved, and he's talking to them repeatedly, and then there's another downside.
Well, that's good,
is that a downside? Is that a downside?
Sometimes that's good, though, in terms of going back to the well for fundraising with those small donors who are nowhere near reaching their maximum donation.
Is there another downside?
The downside to that, talking to each other?
To the net?
Well, maybe.
It's a billboard for not only positive comments, but for negative comments.
Well, that's okay.
And those negative comments can be brutal.
Sometimes it's okay to take some negative comments, John, well, he certainly took a lot over his FISA bill vote.
Why make it easy for them to register their comments to a worldwide audience?
Right.
You can stop
maybe
that.
You can stop it.
Stop that, John.
That's
you can't stop it.
They do it in China maybe for the Olympics, but you can't stop that in the USA.
Okay, is there more downsides than there are pluses?
Yes, and
You're saying that?
I will tell you what the downside is, because we've seen it, and the Obama campaign has actually had to deal with this in a very aggressive way. They put up this phenomenal website, very interactive. They've like lit a fire under the interaction of getting people involved, raising money off this website. However, they also set up a brand new part of this website where people can post their own blogs. And the downside to this is that the Obama team has had to remove a lot of these blogs because they're either reverse racist, they're anti-Semitic. There's all kinds of really inflammatory stuff that's being posted, not on behalf of Barack Obama, but by people who just want the venue, and that is the downside.
Also, they're curtailing freedom of the press because each of those bloggers regard themselves as press people. Journalism is everywhere, right?
Right?
Have a right to
It's a private space, though. That's a private space, though.
The silver standard of the Internet is Ron Paul. Why? Because he's got these folks, libertarian, who are very conversant with this. He put together an incredible fundraising effort even he wasn't aware of. They got tremendous crowds out. And John, he's going to have, as I mentioned, he's going to have a big rally out at that Republican convention.
Hold on, Christian. I'm going to throw this to you. McCain and the Internet. McCain admits that he doesn't send emails, and he is now just learning how to Google. But McCain can turn out solid political Internet video, so why bother learning the net now? Watch.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Keep that faith. Keep your courage. Stick together. Stay strong. Do not yield. Do not flinch. Stand up. We're Americans. We're Americans, and we'll never surrender. They will.
This is one of Senator McCain's 200 YouTube videos compared to Obama's 1,100. On the viewership scale, McCain has 4 million views compared to Obama's 58 million views.
Question, obviously Obama's presence on the internet is robust, and McCain's presence is puny. But there's a downside to Obama's overwhelming dominance. What is the downside? I ask you. We've already covered this to some extent.
I actually disagree with the premise of the question. I don't think there's a downside for Obama to his use of the internet.
How about the negative? How about the negatives that
internet
appear
is the
there?
new medium of communication, and the Obama campaign has really mastered it. I think McCain hasn't been as bad as you might have expected. They've started to produce, as you've shown, some pretty hip videos. But what they haven't done, which the Obama team has really done, which shows they get the internet, is they've been interactive, and they have allowed their community to produce material for them. That's the real idea of the internet, the social networking,
Yeah, and I think
the user-generated content, and you don't see McCain doing that yet.
And that's because McCain he is of a different generation, and he doesn't quite get it. I mean, he's trying to get it,
And it's scary,
God love
for
him for doing
politicians,
it.
right? That the political idea has been controlling
What's your
the
point?
message.
Right, and they feel that it's a little
What's the
bit
point?
of a wild
What's the point?
frontier.
That McCain is with it? Or McCain's not with it?
He's getting up to speed. He's getting with it, but he still refers to Google as the Google. And it calls to mind President Bush referring to the internet.
Well, what is your position? You think the
No,
internet is...
I think that Republicans, by and large, are a little bit slower on the uptake getting on the
Multiple
web
point
than the Democrats
choice
are.
exit question. How much overall political advantage does the internet provide Obama? A, 0%. B, 25%. C, 50%. D, 75%. E, 100% advantage.
About 25 to 50%. Obama has
In raw political power?
Obama has crossed a continental divide, and the Republicans and McCain, we're still on this side.
What do you think?
50% because it gave him the money.
50%.
I say about 30%.
The communication, money, image, altogether 75% advantage.
We'll be right back with predictions.